Want to know my biggest fear? My biggest fear is not that the stock market will crash. It's not even that a meteorite could come falling from the sky and kill us all. My greatest fear is styling shelves. Okay, so maybe I'm being a little over dramatic, but today we're going to conquer my fear of shelf styling by styling this built-in over here. I have some items I picked up from the thrift store over a few weeks, and we are going to attempt to style what I have on this built-in. I have two built-ins flanked on the sides of my fireplace, but we're just going to concentrate on this one over here for right now. I believe I have enough items where I can make a dent in how it's going to look. Now, we're not going to completely style them because I do need to buy some things here or there. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know it's a process for me. I have to take my time finding items. I don't like to rush out and just buy whatever just to fill a place in my home. So we're going to take the items I have found over the past few thrift hauls. Now, if you've missed any of my thrift with me's, I will link them in the cards and in the description box. And some of the items I have had for a little bit, but we're going to concentrate on this built-in. And then once we are finished with this, we're going to go into my office and then we're going to style Elizabeth. And if you're new and you're not sure who Elizabeth is my buffet. Here are some of the items I'm going to be using in my built-ins. Now, the bust actually goes into the entryway and the candle goes into the entryway, but I want to use them to see how they will look in here, to see if I would like to purchase something like that to go in the built-in. So they're going to be for demonstration purposes only. I have a topiary. This is a preserved boxwood. It is a real boxwood, but it is preserved. But the best thing about it is that you only have to spray it once a month to keep it beautiful. And of course, the books I picked up last week with a few other items I have. I did a really quick DIY on the topiaries. This is the original look to them. I really didn't like how the gray looked on the gray built-in, so I bought some textured spray paint and sprayed this one, and I love that so much more. I think it really adds a good contrast to the dark built-ins, and I don't have enough spray paint, so I will have to spray paint the one on the left to go in the other built-in. I'm going to start off with all the books. All of these have been thrifted. The black ones I've had for a while. The ones that are from Reader's Digest I just picked up. And the reason I picked these up is because I love the way they look. They are vintage. I love the spine on them. They remind me of an old library. So we're going to put these on here and see how they look. I am loving how that looks. I love the pops of brown, the rust color, along with the blue. I think that looks so good, and the black just kind of breaks up some of the color. So now beside of this, I am going to put the bust. Now the bust actually belongs in my entryway. I want to find a couple more, but for just this purpose, I'm going to put it there to see how well it goes with the books. And beside the books, I'm going to put this piece of wood. I believe it's like a petrified piece of wood. I actually found this at the thrift store a couple of years ago, and it had round, looked like grapes on it. To me, it was very tacky. So I just clipped all of them off because I love the way this piece of wood looked. And I actually think I only paid $3 for it. For the boxwood, I'm not going to put it on the shelf. I'm actually going to put it here under the shelf. And what I really want to do is I want to put a wicker tray or rattan tray, something with a natural element, and then I will put the topiary on top of that along with a candle. I'm going to put this here just to see how this will look. This goes in the entryway, but just to give me an idea of how everything will look, I'm going to pop a picture on here. This is a picture that I did in Photoshop. All I did was take a picture of my built-ins, and then I just found images that I liked that I thought would look good on here and put them on there. That can give you a really good sense of how it might look in your home without going out and buying it. But I think it just needs the tray on the bottom. I love trays. I like the things to be contained. I think they look neater that way. And I may put something else on there once I get a longer tray, but I am going to be doing this on both sides in the bottom. The rest of it, I don't want it to be matchy-matchy. I want it to look similar though, but for the bottom, I do want it to be almost the same with the topiaries, a candle, and a long wicker tray. And if you'll remember from last week's haul, I found this brass vase for $5. I'm not sure exactly where to put it. I'm not sure if I should put another stack of books and just lay them down horizontally and then put this on top. So not sure about this piece just yet because it may even go over there. But even if it doesn't go in the built-ins, I can find somewhere to put it for sure because I think it's beautiful. But if it were on top of some books, that might look really good. Not sure about that. So may just leave that off for now, but I am liking how this is looking so far. Now for the very top, I do have this horse. I think it's so beautiful. I actually purchased it from Amazon. It came from Lights Plus. I think that's the name of the company. But I'm just gonna sit it up here just to get an idea. That looks really good, but when I was photoshopping all the images, I thought of putting a picture right here. And I will pop that back up again so you can see it. I have seen people do that in their home. It's a very traditional look, but I'm thinking that a picture right there might look really, really good with a brass frame. So that may look good. I do like the horse and I like the rest of it. So I think for now we're gonna keep it this way. And then I can think about putting a picture there and some other little odds and ends. I don't want it to look cluttered, but I do like the idea of layers. I think it looks really, really good. And for me, it's not, like I said, it's not cluttered. It's like a curated or a collective look. And that's really what I'm going for this. But for now, I think it looks pretty good. I'm loving the look so far. Pay no attention to the floor ripping out carpet. That's why it looks that way. But I really like how that looks. Now, if I can just kind of get something similar to go on that side, that is my biggest fear, that I'll get one side looking really good and the other side will look like crap. And leave me a comment, let me know, what do you think would look better above my fireplace, a mirror or some artwork? Because I am torn on the two. I would really like a piece of artwork, but I have seen some beautiful mirrors I'd like to put up there as well. And I'll probably do the same thing like I did with my built-ins. I'll just Photoshop something. That is a really great way. You can do it in Photoshop, you can do it in Canva, you can do it any way like that. You can even have the picture on your phone, hold your phone up to that space with whatever you're looking at. If you pull up an image of a mirror and just kind of put it where you want to above there and hold it, it'll kind of give you the same effect. But that way you'll kind of see how it's going to look without going out and buying it just yet. So that's what I have to do. I have to visualize it. And I think doing it this way really helps me see the bigger picture. We're now in my office. This was actually supposed to be our dining room. We do have an eat-in kitchen, so we have a big enough space where we, eat dinner, things like that. But we're going to turn this into a dining room, and then we're like, how many people have formal dining rooms anymore? And how many times do we actually use it? So I have half of this space as my office. This other half I'm going to be using as a sitting area, maybe even almost like a little den area. I'm not sure yet, but we get more use of it this way than we would a dining room. So it is quite a large room. I don't use the whole thing as my office. My office is like on this side over here, just a small little area. And then over here, like I said, I want to use it as a sitting area. I don't have any furniture just yet, just have Elizabeth sitting over there by herself. So we're going to style her. And here are the items I have so far that I'm going to be using on top of Elizabeth. The basket I'm going to be putting underneath Elizabeth. And the topiaries, I love these preserved boxwoods. I'm telling you, low maintenance. You spray them once a month. The ridiculous thing about these two was the price. Retail, both of these, and I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see the size. Yeah, not very big, but retail, they would have been $140 for both of them. No ma'am, no ma'am. I purchased these from Kohl's. This is the small one. This was $60 retail. This came from the line from the Scott brothers, who are the property brothers. But yes, this small one, regular price, $60. And the taller one would have been $80. So $140 for both of them. But you know me, I didn't pay that much. I think I probably got both of them. I believe it was like $30. They were on clearance, plus I had Kohl's cash. So yes, I ended up spending right around $30 for both of these. I do love them, but Honey, not for $140. And some of the other items I have shown in past hauls, I will link those videos in case you missed them. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see where I posted in my stories that Mr. C went with me antiquing and I found this beauty. $8. So beautiful. I have a little tea light candle in there. I need to get a taller candle, but that's what I have in there right now. But the shade on here is gorgeous. $8. And when you have the light shining from the candle inside of it, it is spectacular. So I will be using this also on top of Elizabeth. And here is an overview of how Elizabeth looks. And you guys, remember the chairs I picked up? I picked up both of those chairs for $67 for both of them. And I just put them beside Elizabeth. I painted Elizabeth a couple of years ago. I have a second channel. I don't post on there anymore, but it was DIYs and a lot of it had to do with craft items, things like that of that nature. But in one of the videos, I did paint Elizabeth and I think she is spectacular. I picked up the hardware from Hobby Lobby. So beautiful. And the lamps, I distressed these to look like restoration hardware lamps. If you didn't see that video or you do want to see it, I will link it as well up in the cards and the description box. I don't have any lampshades for them just yet. I was using the ones from our bedroom to see how that would look. I didn't really care for that, so I'm going to pop up on the screen the lampshades I want to buy. Their Empire is the name of the style. It's almost like a triangular shape. I think those are going to look fantastic on here, so I need to buy those. But I think that look is so good. And I do want to put some artwork above Elizabeth along with a couple more baskets. And I am going to be using this basket, but I do want to put a couple more. And if you're looking at the floor, yeah, there's no flooring in here either. Ripped out the carpet in here. Before we bought the home, I think 4 German Shepherds lived in here, and trust me, you could tell by the carpet. The first thing I'm going to do is put the coffee table books on here. I picked up these books from eBay along with an antique mall, and then I'm going to put this overly priced topiary on top. But as I mentioned, these are fantastic. They are real, they're preserved. Spray them once a month and they stay beautiful. I love these little glass stands. You can find these all the time in thrift stores. They have the little feet on them. I like using them as risers, also to put candles on, but I'm going to put my topiary on top of this. As I mentioned, I love creating layers. I think it just looks so good when you add little things that collectively look really good together. Like I said, I don't like cluttered, but I do like layers. I like how when you style something, it tells a story, and that's what I love. So that's what I think of whenever I style something is, does it tell me a story? Does it make me feel a certain way? And I think whenever you add layers in and you add different elements, different textures, it really gives you that feeling, and that's really what I'm going for. On top of the coffee table books, I'm also going to put my little, we'll call it a candle lamp that I picked up for $8. It is so beautiful. I love, love, love that. I think that is magnificent. Beside my little candle lamp, I'm going to put this. I don't know if you put a votive candle in this or exactly what it's for, but I'm going to show you here in a second what I'm going to be using it for. It's beautiful, but it's going to serve a purpose. And now I'm going to add this beautiful brassy gold tray on here. This came from Target, their Threshold line. It's probably 3 years old. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but I think that looks really good. It really looks good with the hardware on here. I really like how that pops. And now I'm going to add my ice bucket. I picked this up for $9. In my video last week, I shared this. And a couple of days ago, I was looking for not really a pitcher, but a decanter for water. And I found this. Now you could use it for a vase, and I think putting water with some sliced lemons in here would be just beautiful. But I found this for $4. I thought it was so great. I didn't want a pitcher with a handle. I wanted something a little bit more sleek, and I think this really fit the bill, especially for $4. And now I'm just going to put my other overpriced topiary. Property Brothers, if you're watching, that's a ridiculous price for something this small. Thank goodness Sherri didn't pay that much. The pops of green is so beautiful. It really breaks up a lot of the black and the brown and those colors. I love that. I shared these glasses a week or 2 weeks ago. I cannot remember, but they were $2 a piece, and I love the design on it. I think they're so gorgeous, and I really wanted something that had the foot on it, like a little footed glass, and I think that is perfect. Very thin, but I think that for water, things like that, little lemon water, how beautiful would that be, just filled with water with lemons in it? So beautiful. And I'm going to add a couple of marble coasters. I've had these forever, so I'm just going to place these in here beside the glasses. And then I'm going to add some cans of strawberry Perrier. This is so good. You could get it in lime or strawberry. Now, if you like sweet, this isn't sweet. It just has the essence of strawberry in it, but it is so, so good. Okay, so now we're going to do a little DIY. Now to get back to this little beauty, and as I mentioned, I'm not using it only because it's beautiful. It's going to serve a purpose. If you scroll Instagram or you watch any home decor YouTuber, you have seen this before. It is a little wireless lighter. You just plug it in, charge it, and then you can just light everything. But these things are crap. Don't waste your money. I've had this about 6 months. This is fully charged and nothing. And I mean, they're not expensive, but even if you're spending $15, it's not worth it. But let me show you something that is. Matches. Good old matches, but we're going to disguise them where they look very beautiful and blend in with your home decor. So all you're going to need is your little vase, your matchsticks, some glue, and a pair of scissors. We are going to take the matches out of their box, and all we're going to do is put them inside of our little vase, cup, whatever you want to use, and then you'll want to cut the striker off of the box. And then you'll want to cut it in half, and then all you're going to do is glue it to the bottom of your vase or cup. So here is mine. Now if your base is a little smaller, you may have to trim down the striker just a little bit, but there's our matches. We're just going to take one out, and you can find matches taller than this. I'm not about to waste a lot of money on a specialty match when I was able to get 6 small boxes for $1, so we're not worried about that. I mean, they're down in there, but you can still stick your hand in there and get them out. And then we are going to take our match, and voila. So for $1 for all the matches I purchased, along with a little cup for $2, so $3, and this is a lot prettier and it's a lot more reliable than this is. I am loving how Elizabeth is looking so far, and to get the full effect, I'm going to pop up some lampshades on here, along with some pillows and artwork. This will kind of give you the full effect of what I'm going for. Oh, and I do need a couple of baskets down here to go with the one I already have. I love this so far. I may get a couple more things for barware. I would love to get a beautiful tall wine decanter, even though I'll never use it. It's just beautiful, and I think it would look sensational there. So for the next couple of videos, we're going to be doing some more thrifting with me for home decor, so we can maybe finish the built-ins and then finish Elizabeth, because I am working on a project. That video will be out probably in about 3 weeks. I am finally finishing up my coffee bar. If you have been with me since I started this channel, you know that Last year during the fall, I started on my coffee bar makeover. My son did some beautiful wainscoting. We also put some like built-ins inside. They were actually cabinets that we purchased from Lowe's, painted them, put those in the bottom. It looks sensational so far, but I still needed to do the backsplash. I wanted to buy a beverage fridge, and I want to buy a new coffee maker. So I am still saving my money. If you did not know, or if you're new to the channel, I find items at the thrift store to flip for a profit, and I use some of that money to go into projects in my home. And I have been saving up for this project because I knew I was going to need a little bit of money. So working on that. So for the next couple of videos, we'll probably do some more thrift with me's, and then we're going to jump into that coffee bar makeover. I am very excited about that. I'm excited to get it over with because I think I mentioned this in every video. Say it with me. It's the Gemini in me. It's the Gemini in me. I will start something and then something shiny over here starts twinkling. I'm like, oh, I need to go over there and fix that. I need to go decorate that. I need to go style that. That's constantly what's going on in my head. Guys, if you're not already following me on Instagram, I encourage you to go over there and hit that follow button over there. I post reels every day. I also post to my stories, and I just put regular posts in there now and then of what I'm doing here in my home. I would love if you come over. It is a great community. We have so much fun over there. I'm very active over there, and like I said, I am there every day. You can contact me. We'll chat. We'll have such a good time on Instagram, but thank you so much. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you at the next one.